Well, hello. Welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and today we're on Sunday stitching. Now, when I left you last week, I was probably halfway through my side fabric with our little glass gems and the white, I called them drum lines, didn't I? Okay, and as I've been looking at this during the course of the week, I realised I need something else on it, and I've ummed and ahed, and I found that I've got this Sheepy's, what is it, 393, and I feel like that is a good colour for that blue grey that's in that vintage fabric. And then I found the 391. Now, those of you that have watched it, I think this is the red. I can't find the end now, of course. This is the red that I used for, oh goodness me. This is the red that I used for the heirloom quilt. Where's the end? Oh, how ridiculous. Anyway, and I feel like that's a pretty good colour for that burgundy that's in there. So I'm adding these two threads to my pile of things. If you've just joined and wondered what on earth is going on, I'm doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery box. We've got a padded top, and we've got this dark blue side for the inside, and then we've got this one for the outside. Okay, so we move the box to the side. We're going to be working on this. We've had the addition of these two threads. They're the beads that we had originally anyway. There's the white thread that I used anyway. And having tried lots of different ideas, I found this piece of crochet in my stash, and I thought, aha. So I've been along and I've cut out, I believe it's 5 of these. And the plan now is that these, move it up, make sure you can see, I'm going to sit on every other one. So not that one, but then, yes, that one. And they're almost like starbursts or snowflakes, and I just think that that is going to finish it off beautifully. What do you think? I hope you agree. And my plan is, I'm going to use these beads again, but the reason I've dug these threads out is I wanted to connect it a little bit further to the top, because at the moment the only real connection is the beads. So by adding these threads, we've got a connection, and I thought we could go grey, red, grey, red, grey through the beads, and hopefully that'll add just a little tiny touch of the colour, although I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this red, because for some reason, there it is, I couldn't find the end. Found it now. Okay, so we've got the red and the grey. So first of all, I need to use my standard white cotton and stitch on these, let's call them snowflakes. So take the excess ones off and start at the end. So how are you all? You all happy, safe and well? Been crafting? I have to be honest and say, last weekend, when you will have watched me doing this, although I actually did it on Thursday as always, let me just tuck my bracelets down and into my sleeve so that you don't have to listen to them clanking on the desk. There you go. Yeah, last Sunday when you was watching this, I was out in the garden. The sun was out, it was a glorious day. Hubby and I had been out on the Saturday and got the lawn mown and tidied up the garden and all of that business, as you do. And then Sunday, my eldest daughter had been here with my youngest grandchild. It's weird that, isn't it? But anyway, eldest daughter, youngest grandchild. and we'd set up the hot tub, and my granddaughter had had a fabulous time getting wet and all of that jazz, all of that business. And then obviously we had to let it settle so that it could heat up. So then Monday, hubby and I were like, yay, lovely, let's get our first 2024 dip, which we did, and it was fabulous. And then Tuesday, it poured down, absolutely poured down. And I'm filming again on Thursday because I'm filming ahead, and it's basically poured down ever since, and it's still raining now. It's absolutely loony. And we do often here in the UK have summer rain, but summer rain is sort of warm and nice. This is like winter rain. It's cold, it's breezy. My poor plants have got no idea what's going on because they've started blooming, because they had some beautiful sunshine. They've been well watered because it's raining, and now instead of feeling well watered, they're feeling totally drowned. It's absolute craziness. So I don't know. Anyway, we shouldn't moan really, because we moan when it's wet, we moan when it's too hot. Well, I do. So who knows what's going on with this weather. But it is almost June, and I think, what have we had? 2 decent days of sun so far. Ridiculous. Anyway, enough mourning. We're not here to moan, we're here to stitch. So if you're joining in, how are your boxes coming along? I've seen so many different types of boxes. I've seen Corinne doing a hat box with a village round the edge. I've seen Christine doing a box in the shape of a house. She was also doing something with paper pieced hexagons the other day. I think, did I see Dottie B was doing a set box? There's loads of people doing all sorts of different ones. Obviously Rachel, our host, she was doing like one of these faux suitcases, you know, like sort of storage box that looks a bit like a suitcase. And she had a paper inside to hers, all vintage papers. So yeah, there's all sorts of things. Oh, I'm trying to be careful because I've been doing the quilting, hand quilting on the heirloom quilt, and if I'm honest, my fingers are so sore. The last thing I want to do is stab my finger with a needle right now, so I'm just trying to be super careful what I do with my needle. So I'm stitching quite slowly, and now I've managed to stitch around that bead, which is very annoying. There we go. I think, yeah, so we do this one. And then this one, and then I believe we've got all of our points. Yep. Okay. So then I'm gonna close this off at the back. Let's see where I've gone round it. Just pick up a tiny little bit of fabric. And then we'll close this off. And then if I load up my other needle with some grey, we'll see whether or not we can actually see the colour through the bead in the way that I'm hoping we will. So, oops. Oh, that was weird, wasn't it? Look at that. My fingers are not working for some reason. Oh dear. Now, this needle's not going to thread. What is occurring? There we go. Okay, so we get a knot in the end. I'm sure many of you will be pleased to see this is a much shorter piece of thread. I'm always getting told off for using thread that's too long. So I'm going to come through this perfectly placed hole in the middle. It was like there ready for me. Okay, I'm just going to do a little up and down stitch to make sure my thread is attached, like so. And then we'll pick up our bead. Oh no, no. Oh goodness me. Right, so I'm going to have to swap the needles round. Let's hope I can get this thread through this needle. Should have checked that before I started, shouldn't I? That the needle was going to go through the bead. I obviously did it the other way round. Obviously had the needle that's on the desk with the white thread, and this one, well actually of course it was all white thread then, so it wouldn't have mattered, would it? Yeah, it was obviously this needle that I used. Right, back down. You can just about see it. I mean, not a lot, but you can sort of see it. Now I suppose the answer is, do we now, because you can't see much of it, do we now give ourselves a bit of a spider flower? So 1 and down, miss one, whoops, and come up here and down, miss one, here, miss one. And it's interesting because I had no intention of doing this whatsoever, but it just goes to show you how when you're working on a project, it sort of tells you what it wants to do, and your original plan can change very dramatically from where you started out. It's very interesting. And look at that, exactly the right amount of holes for me to do every other one. So that was so meant to be. I didn't count them or anything. And I think that just adds something. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to do that all the way across. So, oops, there's my first grey one. Make sure I don't cut any of my white threads. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it? Now the question now is, do I miss this one that should be there, because that should be red, and while I've got the grey on my needle it would make sense, wouldn't it, to do the grey ones. So if we miss that one and we use that one, can find my, oh no, I've got to thread it, haven't I? Can thread my needle and do this one. Also, it will give me a chance to have a look and see if I feel the 3 are enough, or if I do actually want all 5. So let's get this one stitched on. So, and of course we've only, what have we got, 2 weeks, so this is going to be my last stitching week for this. What the goodness, yeah, there you go. This is going to be my last stitching week for this project, because next week, oh for goodness sake, Claire, see what happens when you talk. Because next week I want to have it all ready to close up, as it were, get this outside finished fabric on the side, get all the components joined together, because that next week will be the last week, won't it? Because then the following week we'll have a whole new project again. Goodness me, the time's really whizzing away. And I realised yesterday that I'm very behind, because I've been telling you how I joined the Ambrook project for this year, and it was the new, oh for goodness sake, look what I've done. It was the new prompt for that on Monday, and I missed it. Doesn't matter, because there is a recorded video that I can go back and watch, but it does mean that obviously I'm almost a whole week behind on that now, and because of the bank holiday, the live was on the 2nd Monday of the month rather than the 1st, so it was already a short month. So I need to pull my finger out if I'm going to get that done, don't I? So, oh, that's Boo dreaming, you can probably hear now. You can hear her snoring in the background. It's because she's dreaming. She's asleep on the armchair next to me, well, in front of me, because my desk is behind the armchair. And you can see me, can't you? Yeah. She's on the chair in front of me. Hubby's up in the office. I'm stitching. The birds are singing. And Boo's asleep. So it's all going good, as they say. Right, what's happened here? That's better. Don't sew it down again, Claire. What else is going on? I'm working on a new journal. Those of you that are on my Instagram will have seen a picture the other day, the Book of Friends. So I'm working on that. We've only got, is it one more, maybe 2 of the journal monthly. Can't think where we are. So then we'll have to be looking at a new one of those as well. That's the thing, isn't it? When you do something monthly, I mean, because I'm doing the 3 things. I'm doing this stitchery, the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I'm doing the Ambrook thing. I don't know what happened there. Can we pull that? No. I'm doing the Ambrook thing and I'm doing the journal monthly. It means all three things obviously start and finish at the same time, but I'm also doing the journal swap with the treasured page, so every month there's 4 things starting and finishing. It's quite nice though, keeps for variety, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get our second grey bead on. Well, glass bead with grey thread. You know what I mean, do you not? Come here. Right, so up through our middle hole. Pick up a bead. Okay, so bead on, second stitch, always at least 2 stitches through a bead, make sure we don't pull it off. Okay, and then our first spider flower leg, our second one, reminds you of like a chrysanthemum or something. I mean, I know they have obviously a lot more than 5 petals, but that sort of spidery thing, or even that these are the stamens, you know, for the sort of pollen in the middle, and then the white bits are the petals rather than snowflakes. Who knows? At the end of the day, it's just pretty. So oh, that's hubby's phone.
Hello. It is. Yes.
There we go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's that one done. Okay, so we'll finish this one off. And then we'll put the
What sort of thing are you thinking about?
we'll put the last grey one on, and then from there we'll see whether or not we want to.
No, I just sort of wonder what sort of workload. I mean, are you trying to do your surveys or?
Right, just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Hubby was rather loud on the phone then, wasn't he? So I thought I'd save you that. And while he was finishing his call, I've got the 3 on. I'm thinking if I put it round my box, now if I do it that way, you're not going to see it, are you? So let's do it this way. If I put it round my box like that, you're going to have 1 on each side. So I'm like, do I settle with the 1, or do I now put the red ones on? Now if I put the red one on, let's just put that needle through there as a bit of a pin at the moment. We're then going to have 1 on the corner. Do I want it on the corner, or do I want to leave it? Oh, I wish this was live and you could shout at me what you think. I wonder if that might be too much. I wonder if I like it just with 1 on each side although on the sides it's like to the back, isn't it? But then on the front it's in the middle, which is right. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to put it on because the argument is I can always take it off. So let's put one on with red and make a decision from there. So I'm just going to pull some white thread, more white thread, and we'll have a look and see where that leaves us. So right, let's get this one on and see where we end up. Oh, there's dogs barking outside now. It's obviously proving, despite the rain, to be quite a noisy. Oh, let's see if you have a knot, Claire. I thought we had a knot. Proving to be quite a noisy day despite the rain. Oh well, it is what it is, as they say. So I'll get this one on, and then we'll see. We'll get the red on this and have a look before we stitch the other one on, because I don't want to be picking two off, do I? That's just silly. But I do think that grey definitely connects this to that top fabric a little bit better, and it is often those little touches that, you know, make things cohesive, isn't it? So we'll have a look and see. You know, the odd matching or coordinating button is what, you know, very often finishes a piece just perfectly. And I think that might be the case with these coloured threads. I'm just wondering now whether or not I need these extra two. I think if it was something that was going to lie flat, then I would definitely want them. But because this piece is going round two corners to give me that front and two sides, that's what I'm not sure about. So we'll just have a little look, see. Oh, see, look, I've got all fingers and thumbs again now. Oh. Don't stitch around the bead, Claire. Right, so that one's on. Let's put our burgundy thread through our bead. I've sewn it in the wrong place. No, I haven't. I thought I'd sewn it in the wrong place. I thought I'd sewn it in the wrong place. Goodness me. Right. No, we want the red. Where's the red thread? Now I've lost it. See, it doesn't want to be used. And initially we couldn't get it unwound even, could we? So perhaps it doesn't want to be used. Let's have a little look. You know, I'm looking at it and I'm already deciding as I'm looking at it that I don't think I want it on there. So I don't even know why I'm threading this needle up really, because I think I know I don't want it on there. Do you know what? I don't want it on there. I really don't. So I'm going to cut it off. And that's what I said to you. I can easily take it off. Just need to make sure that we don't cut the original stitching. Yeah, no. Sorry, I made you watch that for nothing, didn't I? Because I really don't. I really don't want it on there. I think the 3 is better. I just like it. Okay, so having decided we're not doing that, we'll close those beads up before we lose them. We'll move our needle. We might as well look at gluing this on. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how much extra we've got. Okay, so we've got plenty of extra. So I'm going to take my glue stick and run that all the way down there, and I'm going to put it sure we know exactly where our extra is. Lift it up and stick it down like so. Now, and then when I bring that over like so, you'll see that is going to stick all the way round like that, and then it's going to bend like that. Oh, I love it. And then this one is going to bend in as well. Okay, so but this one right now, I did the glue stick to make sure that I had enough fabric. Now I'm going to put it on my mat and I'm going to put PVA on like I did last time, just to make sure. So where is my PVA glue? Actually no, I used fabric glue, didn't I? Of course I did. So there we go, fabric glue. Just need a paintbrush. Where oh where Here's my paintbrush. Here it is. So, I think this is what I did last time, isn't it? Took the lid off. Oh, do you know what? I used the other fabric glue, didn't I? I used this one. I don't think it matters, to be honest, but I can tell the difference because of the consistency. So we're gonna rub this one all the way down. And we're coming all the way across here. Okay, so a little bit more. And then also across the card. I'm probably off screen now because it's quite long. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that glue was going to fall over. That's why, ladies, you don't leave your glue with no lid on, because that is what happens. Okay, and now that we've done that, I'm going to pop that in there, get rid of our mucky board, and then we're going to bring it over. So, bring it over, push it down so that it's well and truly stuck. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Put my bracelets back up my sleeve. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. So now our side or sides are completely done, and then this excess, because we want the good to show on the inside, yeah, our excess is going to be tucked underneath like so. So then it will look like that. And then this one is going to come up, and that is also going to be tucked underneath. And then we get our three-dimensional box. But I need this to set properly first, and then I need to decide whether I'm going to run this fabric or this fabric down the centre. I think that because this is going to sit on the side here like this, and this is going to sit on the bottom, the only thing that makes sense is if we put the middle with this. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to run a strip slightly narrow, narrower than this piece, but the same width as our base, and then we're going to run that up the middle, so we'll have our fabric sides and we'll have our blue middle. I think that's the plan. So there you go. There is our sides now finished. I'm going to leave that plenty of drying time. Bit of a loose thread there. plenty of drying time, and then next week we can connect it all together. So as always, a huge thank you for joining me. I hope you found some fun and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.